Took a hit of salvia in a bong for 15 seconds, laying alone in my bed. The trip lasted for 27 minutes, but felt like 15 actual years. I experienced every second of every minute of every hour of every day, of every month of every year without a pause. Every night I couldn't sleep because I was an object, so I would just wait at night for them to awaken. I still remember this trip like it was yesterday, every single part of it. After I took the hit, I felt like I was coming out of my body. Then, in a flash, I was a ceiling fan in the center of a living room. I completely forgot about my life before me and was only aware that I was a ceiling fan. I knew something was wrong, and I constantly wanted to escape, but I couldn't tell why. I only knew that my purpose was to be a ceiling fan, only to observe with no feelings. The first year there was a semi-fat man who was bald on top and had gray hair around the side of his head like a horseshoe. He had a wife with blonde hair who was pregnant and would routinely walk around the house naked. They would watch TV together every night and often have sex on the couch during their show. The first 3 days of the new year they are gone because the woman is in the hospital giving birth. Mind you, I was left here alone for 3 days, waiting for them to come back. This wouldn't happen often, though, since throughout my lifetime they never went on vacation because they didn't have much money to spend. They always complained about bills and money as well. They came back with a baby boy. The entire lifetime I couldn't register what any of their names were, but I could often hear most of their conversations. It was just hard for me to register because I was a ceiling fan. One day, he got changed directly under me on the couch, and when I looked down, my brain couldn't register that he had a penis because I've never seen a baby's penis, so it just showed nothing. Throughout the years I watched the son grow up, I realized he was autistic and had a speech impediment, often mouthing sentences and only saying the last word verbally. However, he did become quite handsome with blonde curly hair. I watched the dad, now completely bald, get fatter and fatter. I watched the mom let herself go. I observed countless nights of them inviting their church friends over and talking about pointless subjects while drinking wine. Mostly I couldn't even understand. The last year, things started acting out of normal, and it was terrifying. The boy's grandma, woman's mom, died, and even though she never visited, and was even never spoken about, the mom sat the autistic son down to explain to him how death works and why they won't see grandma again. As she was explaining, her voice echoed through the room. Her words turned demonic and repeatedly kept saying stuff like, "Grandma's never coming back." 3 times, "You will never see grandma again." 3 times, "She's gone." 3 times, and then quickly everything changed back to normal, and she walked down the hallway like nothing happened. Also, I never knew what was down that hallway because I was perpetually stuck in that living room. Final weird event happened before my lift time ended when the mom put 3 oranges on the ground, then walked away. Then, when she completely left the room, the oranges started spinning around in a circle. Then, when she would come back, the oranges would suddenly stop spinning, and she would put them back in the kitchen. Then, finally, the dad went to go turn me on for the first time in my life, and I started spinning slowly. After the 5th rotation, I started going third person out of the house, in a bird's eye view. A second later, in a sudden flash, I was laying back. Please ask questions. I remember everything. I was just trying to say the important stuff without making confusing. Moral of the story: don't do salvia.